Alrighty, what's up, everybody? We are back for another super
Hello.
live PinTech Live. How's
I'm
it
upside
going,
down.
y'all?
What's up?
I'm chilling
How's
upside
everybody?
down. I'm over
Got a
here
hmm
fan.
upside down.
Oh, yeah, you are. Sorry. I'm so caught up with this our intro music, which I thought was one of my royalty-free tracks, and then it was just really it slapped. I was
Yeah.
jamming, and I was like, I think I messed up, and this isn't a royalty still here with everybody.
Yeah,
It was a good track. All right. So
good try.
last week we were working on got the solid state jacks to open and discovered that there was a burnt board that was causing a lot of issues with the drop targets not firing. Matthew bought a bunch of parts to service it, but they didn't come in yet because winter storms all across the U.S. If you're waiting for FedEx for a package, it's probably delayed.
Probably
Um,
delayed.
There's lots of snow and ice all over the road. So we're gonna kick that over to next week, but it'll be even exciting. Next week we'll also have Eugene Mosh, legendary technician out of Missouri,
Yeah.
join in with us too, and we'll show him what we're cooking up, and
Excuse
it'll
me.
be great to get his thought process on stuff too. 'Cause he's been
Yeah,
repairing for
absolutely.
decades.
Yeah, he has a
A
Two,
bunch of
really long time.
probably.
ground mods that we're gonna have to do on
Oh
the
yeah.
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 He did give tips over the phone. Do you want to run through that real quick?
There was a lot
Just
of like the what Phil had told me last week too, those orange capacitors that are in the bottom, like replacing those. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of ground mods. I told him what had happened to the board, and he was like, I told him that it
it
fried
was
that
burnt.
LM something
hmm
transistor, and he was like, yeah, that's all part of the ground situation. So on the back side of that board, he's like, there's ways of grounding it all out. He's gonna send me a file that walks through everything, so I can
Sure.
be a little
Sure.
up to speed. I'll be sure to share it with Phil and Amoto, and then that
Yep.
way we're all on the same page of what we're going to be kind of getting into. Um,
Yeah.
but as soon as I started talking about it, he's like, "Oh yeah," and he just launched right into like, "You gotta do this, do this, do this." I'm like, "Hold on, man, we're gonna do this next week, bro. Like this will be great." I was
Yeah.
like, "We'll get you in here
Yeah.
and we can all learn some more." And he's like, they sell those boards." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but if we can fix it, let's try to fix it. You know,
Yeah.
so we can get it going." Um,
Yeah.
it's more
I
fun.
still want to see cutting a hole
Oh,
through
you're
the
up
board
there.
to get all the compartment off, and then creating crazy.
Yeah, it'll probably be a part of all that.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, today we shifted gears, and I
Have
had a
musically.
I had a kick out not working on Road Kings, and then like on the upper left, and then I turn it on just now and hit start, and the ball won't shoot out of the out hole either. So I figured this would be just a good troubleshooting, try to diagnose what the hell's going on with all of it. It
hmm
worked great before, but as pinball does, it breaks. So we're gonna try to fix this guy up.
Anything that has moving parts and electricity in it will eventually fail.
Something's gonna fail somewhere, you know. So
Yeah.
cool.
Parts get worn out. So show us what it's doing, man.
All right,
Yeah, let's
let's
check.
power this bad boy on. The
Let's do it.
boots up perfect. Doesn't give me any errors or anything like that. But I hit start. Oh yeah, and I have no speech. I have sound
Is it a
effects.
squawk back then? What year was this? You said Phil 86, right?
Yep. July 8th,
Mm,
1986. So, and
Would have
these
been
are the,
Town ROM.
yeah, These are the original System 11 boards too. So they had that System 11, System 11A, then System 11B, and then System 11C. And so these are those original ones, like I believe High Speed was one.
Yeah. Great
So maybe
system.
that's an A.
I mean, like
Yeah, System
great
11
era.
is, yeah. They had some ones that were these original ones, and so they changed and modified some stuff going along. So you have the individual displays on this, and then they went to the ones where it's a double stack instead of the 4 individual ones. And so this is still where you had 4 individual displays.
Yeah. We got some nice nice. So yeah, I'm getting the same issue that I've been seeing, where I got a ball stuck up in this saucer and it's not kicking out. This saucer kicked out. All the other coils seem to work.
Zooming in.
Even the ramp, even the ramp
Mhm.
popped up.
All getting stuck in the saucer, you said?
Yeah, let me find my magnet real quick.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome
Thanks for
in.
joining.
Yeah, there.
Phil Senior's watching. Yeah.
Hi, Phil Senior.
Oh, and Michael
Hello.
watching. Michael, we hope to see you in a few months.
Yep, for sure.
Our annual Stern Army celebration at Texas Pinball Festival.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so I got 2 that don't seem to be firing. So let's go into test mode.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
Try it
like
out.
my pre. I was like
Music,
a boom and a pull out.
play.
I have a dolly in there. I have a jib in there.
Okay, coil test, out hole, ball release. So out hole worked.
Wait, we're not seeing anything. Where are you? The out hole works.
Okay.
Oh wait, gotta tilt down.
Yeah.
So it worked in switch test or in coil test. See if that upper one pops too.
Pop, so ball came out. Everything looks fine. What's the problem? Oops,
Mhm.
sorry, camera. Oops, go on in. This is what we're gonna set up.
Okay, so I'm missing
Oh,
left
sorry.
eject.
Need to see the display. There you go. Left gate.
So,
Don't hear anything.
So my flashers, I know why my flashers are not working.
You guys hear the oil? I on it.
Jets all work. Out hole, ball release works. Left eject is not working.
what about the center eject?
Center eject said it worked. Let's throw it in there just to see. Throw it up here too.
Nick Law, welcome back. Hanging out with us a lot last week too. He just came in. We are waiting for parts to come in, Nick. The winter storm has prevented a lot of our parts orders from getting out there from a few different places. And then next week we'll have Eugene Mosh on with us, and we're gonna do some ground
Yeah.
mods and some other crazy stuff. So Jacks to Open is to be continued.
Pulse.
In the meantime, we're gonna work on Road King. We're having some hickory.
So
Alright.
left eject doesn't fire in coil test.
Mhm.
The out hole or whatever the out hole that kicks over into the shooter lane, that worked in coil test, but when I start a game it doesn't. Oh wait, that's probably because that ball was stuck. Let's see.
Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, okay. So the only one that's not working, now it's giving me kicking everything out. Why is it doing that? Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
I need a graphic that just sits over Phil's head. It's like all the different like math equations going on,
Yeah, dude. Sure.
everything calculating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm like, my head is sitting there going because he's sitting there, like balls start kicking out. I'm like, okay, what does switch test say? Are we getting switches on all of them? Blah, 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 all that stuff. Obviously, if we're in solenoid test, then that's, a solenoid issue because it's not firing in solenoid test. So we need to see broken wires, what. And then, down here, if it's kicking out the balls over and over again, it thinks there's balls in the game when it's not. So switch issue.
Oh, it's because there were 4 balls in it, not 3.
Yay! I love that fix.
That's my
I
most fantastic fix ever.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
Oh, got delayed part. Everyone got delayed. It's if you have anything coming with FedEx
Yeah.
or UPS, doesn't matter from it's probably delayed. We've been seeing it all across the country.
For sure.
All right.
Out
So
of frost.
Yes.
that, and then I'm going to start a game mode. Now that I have 3 balls in it, let's see if it actually acts correctly.
Just the front.
Yeah.
Tube says
Okay. No, there's still
than
two shots too.
Yeah.
Why did switches going on? Some switch errors maybe.
Yeah, you definitely have a switch error if it's kicking out 2 balls. I mean, it's either those switches are stuck together or we've got something going on there. And they're, those should have, 3 individual switches for those, right? And then those
Yeah.
big honking white ones.
Yep. I see 2.
So they're doing 2. Yeah, so they're doing 2 and then 1 at the out hole and stuff. So they're going, okay, there's going to be 2 in the trough and 1 at the out hole at any given time.
Let's go back.
So yeah, let's go into switch test and see if those switches are working.
Switch edges. You still see over the top of it?
Yeah.
Right trough. Left trough. Out hole. All 3 of those seem to be doing all right.
Need to get a big.
What about the shooter lane? Yeah, shooter seems to be working too. But it flickers.
Yeah, that was weird, but it may just be.
Yeah, see how it's flaky? So I got a flaky switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a little flaky.
What do you mean by flaky?
It's giving it like. So see how
multiple switch hits.
See how it's flickering? That's like multiple switch hits.
Yeah.
So if it like wiggles a little bit, it'll give it a couple.
Oh, okay.
So it could just be a dirty.
Is that a regular leaf switch there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this just needs to be cleaned.
Yeah. Okay.
Need to be clean.
So let's go.
All right, and then. It's also while you got it up, check out that eject. Do you see anything loose? A wire.
The C's left eject. No, it's got. I put a new coil in it too. It's loose, so there's nothing funky there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Just to make sure, let's meter it and make sure it's getting voltage real quick. Yep. So, attach to one of the ground braid in there and DC voltage on your multimeter.
And the red wires, yeah, big fat red one.
Yep. Yeah, you should see voltage at both lugs.
And this is with the game on.
Yeah, with the game on. Your pinball machines, when you turn them on, they have the the voltage side connected all the time. It's just the path to ground that goes through the transistors and stuff on the board that actually turns them on. So you'll always have voltage at them. And if you have voltage at one and not the other, then you know that you've got a coil winding that's broken as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're getting 32 on both sides on all of them.
yeah.
The
So we know
coil
we know we got that. So the next thing I would do, I mean, in this for that particular issue is I would look up the transistor number and then I would ground that transistor off, and that will tell us that all the wiring is correct. So we know the power side's correct, but is the wiring for the ground side correct? And so at that point, if you ground that off and it fires, that all of your stuff is correct, and we're dealing with a board issue at that point.
Okay, so let me grab my grounding tool.
Yeah, and then let's look up and see which number that is. So we're talking about the left eject. And in the manual, that says is a gray orange, and we're looking at Q32. Q32.
So my super fancy grounding tool
Mm-hmm.
is a wire, an alligator clip on one side,
Yep.
and then a raw wire on the other side.
Yep.
Clip the
Okay.
alligator clip to ground.
Yep.
Q32, and we're just gonna tap it quickly.
Yeah, just and all you're doing is you're actually
yeah.
bypassing the transistor, and you're giving a straight connection to ground. And so, but when we do it at the board, that means that all the ground connections going through the game to that coil are good, and all the power ones are good as well, because we're doing it at the board. So it is the furthest back we can go to see if it's on the play field or if it's on the board.
Where did you put it?
Yeah, it works. It kicks at
It works.
Where are you touching it? Oh, because there's a ribbon cable in the way.
It's
I was
the-
like,
Yeah. If he moved that given to, yeah. So he would find Q32, and just the tab that's on there, you just fire it for a second and you can hear it fire.
spark.
And so it knows. It looks like that one's been changed before, huh?
Yeah, I changed that out. That was my first call on it, was to
Okay.
change that. I did get the
Okay.
little pre-drive guys though. I didn't have any of those, so I have those.
Okay.
But and I also got this SR7,
yeah.
Yeah.
this big long dude. I got
Yep.
that guy too. I wasn't sure how to test it or anything though. So,
And so it's a new coil with a new diode on it and all that, right?
correct.
Okay.
And so if it fires
So
from the transistor,
then we know we got a board issue somewhere for sure. Because that tells us power's good, tells us wiring's good, it tells us everything. It's a real quick way of going, hey, everything's doing what it should do on the playfield down, but we're not getting the signal to turn that solenoid on from that spot up somewhere. So we've got that. So we know we're going to have to work on that. I wonder if we're going to have any kind of switch issues on that board, since you're popping out a couple at a time down there, and maybe you can pull it out all at once and look at the switches and stuff too. So let's think, what can we do? What can we eliminate as far as the switches are concerned? You've already tested them for the trough in switch test, and we know they work there. So why is the game thinking it needs to pop out all the balls?
we're just gonna clean that switch up. That's what we need to do.
Clean that switch. Was it?
Because it was just
But that should
finicky, right? So it was seeing that it was, maybe it's this guy.
Clean and adjust, maybe.
Well, that's the lane switch, and so that shouldn't have, in my opinion, I don't know if that has to do with popping balls out. That should be just it showing and knowing that one ball's in the lane. So if you turn the game on after like somebody's played and there's still a ball sitting in there, that it knows that that's where one of them is, I would believe.
Let's give it a little
Yeah, let's do it. But I'm not saying that I understand exactly how every game was coded.
Right.
Come on.
Like,
Not
what do you
yet. He
mean you don't know? Come on.
wasn't yet.
Not quite.
Almost.
But and honestly, like I've had one of these in the shop, but it was like 3 years ago, so I don't really remember anything from this game.
Yeah,
To
it's
be completely honest. Yeah, give it a little clean. And depending on, how you want to clean them, like these, he's got a little bit of a file and stuff there,
a
but
very, very tiny, fine file that I don't go
yeah,
nuts on it. It's just kind of
yeah,
just a little. I'm not gonna like file this whole thing down. I'm just like very gingerly, and then I'll get a
The bottom
yeah,
on it, which
Q-tip.
is a little bit less abrasive
yeah. I mean,
to clean your leaf switches.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't have my emery board.
yeah. I usually with those because those are the low voltage switches and stuff. I'll use a thick card stock or something like that, and
Oh
just cut
yeah,
it into strips and put it in my bag, and I'll just use one and throw it away. Once I get done with it. But yeah, you'll see it like when you do the card stock, you'll see like a big black streak
line.
on
Yeah.
it when you pull it. It's like
And
you
then
hold it together and pull it. Yeah. And you'll see that streak of dirt and dust and everything coming off of there. Because everything in that game that hits metal on metal is creating that metal dust. And so it just goes everywhere. But then also you're getting some dust from the contact here. So really everything in your game is going to get metal dust and things on it, no matter how you do it, because every time that hits, it just sprays out, and it'll come up through the holes and get on your playfield. It'll get everywhere.
remember that magnetic metal dust, coil dust that like created its own like symbiote
Yeah,
strands into that was like
yeah,
50 volts constantly on Indiana Jones.
yeah. That was really cool. It reminded me of like something I did in like a science experiment in high school. Like we took different cereals and we're trying to figure out how much iron was in them. So you'd like grind them up and then get a magnet and stuff, and it would do something like that and
Whoa.
stuff. It was kind of cool. You're cutting out for me. I couldn't hear you.
Which cereal won?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. I just remember doing the cornflakes. That was the one I remember.
I
Because it was like
remember
I was
doing the
like
cornflakes.
Is it corn
it was
flakes
like this mushy nastiness, and I was like, oh, just a whole bunch of mush.
up with the magnet though?
Yeah, it was cool.
It did. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
It
Uh,
like it picked up the fine dust, but it was so fine that you wouldn't like do, but it actually did. We were able to get it out and do. But it was a process. You had to like mash it up and dry it and blah blah blah. It was this big science thing.
Yeah, Sierra is kind of just pushing pressure so the leaves kind of close into each other.
Yep.
Or like just taking the paper like a business card, like the edge of a business
Mhm.
card, and
yeah, they had always
pushing
said a
down.
a crisp $100 bill
I'm
because
not using my hundreds for that.
they're
Yeah.
brand new. They're brand new, and they haven't been. If they have, so I guess a crisp $1 bill would do the same shit. But all right, I'm gonna go back
Yeah.
into switch test.
And card stock.
Yeah, for sure.
Cardstock works just.
Yeah, cardstock, anything.
Yeah, that makes it not flaky anymore. So it's not. Let's try it again.
Good.
Let's see. I'll have to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bert, the Road Kings, that music and sound package is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
It really is.
I lost speech. I have all
Yeah.
the sounds, but I have no speech. There's two different ROMs. There's a speech ROM and then.
So you don't get to say,
So you don't get to
"Rock."
hear him say, "Fight the Road Kings." You don't get that. Like, I'm very bummed.
Yeah.
We'll
My
see what
fault.
happens. Yeah, that was it. No, it did it again. Click that second
Is it
one.
popping out 2 or popping out 3?
Oh, this might be a 2-ball game, man.
It is in a 2-ball game, isn't it?
It's not a 3-ball game. It's a 2-ball game.
Oh.
So that's why you had 4 in there. You'd put 2
Yep.
extra balls.
Okay. Okay. We're back, baby. We're remembering what's going on. It's been a while, Road Kings.
It's been a while.
That is one of the hardest things is like there's so many from this area. Some have 2, some have 3, some have 4, and it's just all over the place. And so that is.
Says install 2 balls.
And then right down here, there's no sticker anymore because it's old and this is all rusty, so it's all gone. Right.
Rusty.
So we're working on
Uh-oh.
service. Like you can just get a sheet of them and it just
Oh, locked up.
Locked up. Whoa. It's never done that before.
That may be your ROM socket there.
How did you determine ROMs from the board getting locked up like that?
Just because that exact same thing happened on the Road Kings I worked on.
Really?
And it took us like 3 weeks to figure it out. No, that was what it eventually ended up doing it for us is when we redid the socket on the ROMs. But I'm not saying that's this one, but that's what happened with ours. Our clients. It wasn't ours.
Oh, so it popped a fuse as well.
Ruh-roh.
So it popped
Ruh-roh, something locked on.
So this guy popped up. My ramp popped up and then it did that freeze and then popped that fuse. Interesting.
Well, if it froze like that, popping a fuse would be completely normal because wherever it's at, if it popped up that ramp right in the middle of the freeze, then it's going to leave it activated and it's going to pop the fuse.
Got it. So
that's the same thing like in the Gottlieb games and stuff. If you have it lock on, sometimes it'll lock on with all the solenoids and it's going to pop your fuse right away. And stuff. So if the program ever freezes up like that and stops wherever it stopped, it doesn't have any more signals to put out or say, "Hey, put that down" or anything like that.
Hey, stop doing that.
Yeah. But yeah, we did. We had one, and gosh, this has been a while back, and me and John were working on it. And we fought with it, and we think we got it done. We changed out ribbon cables, we changed out all sorts of things on it, and because that was one of the main reasons that the client brought it to us is because they'd be in the middle of a game and it would just freeze up and lights would stick and everything else. And so we'd play it and it'd be like, okay, it's good. And then we come in the next day and play it and it'd do it again. And you're like, no. And so you'd mess with things and we're changing all this stuff out. And finally I got a new ROM and put it in there and it made a difference. Things changed the way it was freezing up and what it was doing. And so that's when I was like, well, I'm just going to redo this whole entire socket and stuff for this ROM. If it changed something. And so did that. And then they didn't seem to have issues after that.
Wow.
Because you're always looking for that little bit of what one of the other troubleshooting things is looking for, did we get a change? Did I do something? And you really, I try to do one thing at a time so then I know what it is. Like I try not to go in there and press on this and reseat a cable and all this all at once, because then I don't know which one was the answer to the problem. And so I try to remember, I don't always, but I try to remember, hey, let's do one thing at a time. Let's reseat a cable, see what changes. Let's push on a ROM, let's see what changes, and just go through it like that, because you never know. And some of these, I just want to know the answer to them. I don't, it's like, man, I've spent 15 hours on that thing, messing up on me. I just want to know the answer.
Right.
So you changed out the fuse?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just that one kick out. Well, did it lock? No, it's counting bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So now that we've got that and we're doing it, we're going to need to probably look at the schematics and take a look, and let's see the path that transistor takes. Since you already changed it out, we might as well test it too. But we'll take that main board out. Let's do some testing on it and see what we can find.
I have schematics here too, so we can follow along on the stream.
Sounds good. I'll try to help out with pages and stuff. I've got it pulled up as well. And we are going to be traveling down towards the bottom of it for sure, because it's going to be where it starts giving us the roadmap diagram. All right, so somewhere around page 46 is what we're looking at.
I like their page number font. Very.
Okay, so 46 starts the power diagram, so we can see where all the power comes from. We know power's good. And then we keep going down. We need to find the driver board. Or no, this main, it's all in one on these systems, excuse me.
Yeah.
Driver section. So we've got that board and its components at page 51. All right. So starting about 51 is where that diagram is of that board.
On then. Oh wait,
Logic
are we looking at
power.
diagrams or schematics? 51
Well, it's
or 50
yeah.
on the actual manual.
Yeah, you're going to go to page 51, 50, 51, 52, 53 is the schematic for that board. All right, so we need to figure out the driver section. Where is the driver section for this board?
I don't have that many pages on mine. Oh no, stand by.
Uh-oh. All right. So, yes, that's not a special solenoid because we grounded it off. The special solenoid section in these games is another part to bring up at some point. Because of how it works, it can fry your board if you don't put in those extra fuses. They, oh man. Looking here. Mine is like spread out in 2 pages and half and everything else. So it's like, I hate it. Need to get the continuous view. And when you're taking out a board, just a reminder, either take pics, label your connectors, all of that good stuff. Because if you do not, there are chances for a lot of bad things to happen.
And you never know when you're just gonna suddenly get pulled away from that game. And then you have all intention to walk back while your brain still remembers everything, and then it ends up being months later.
All right.
You're gonna be like, why didn't I take pictures?
Yeah, label or do something because it will. And then especially, I mean, it's been, numerous times where I go to plug something in and realize that the last person, either replaced the connector and didn't put a key in or something. And so, you do want to double check because for keys and everything else like that too, because if you get one off, ask Eugene Mosh what happens when you plug in a connector wrong.
You get one off on a connector.
Yeah. I did that one time and I sent like 50 volts through the 5 volts and stuff. Blew up like every chip on my board. And it's like, oh. Switch that.
Phil, check your email. This might be helpful.
Okay. Checking.
We're on 51.
Checking.
Oh yeah, so it's the ORC one. Nice.
Follow along.
Follow along.
Follow. First.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a lot, but yours is a lot better than mine.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I found him. Look at that board. Beautiful. We should
Yeah, there we
make
go.
it see-through.
Well,
Should what?
To make you see through.
I can do
all
that.
right.
Going like this.
So page 52, is that what you're looking, Emoto? On that one you just sent?
I'm on page 51, 52.
Yeah, right there. So you can see along that right side, there's that Q32, and there's the big circles and then the little small circles, and then it goes down to the IC chip. And we can see that Q32 was the one we were looking at. So we have that Q32, which is a tip 122 that Matthew's already replaced. So we're going to double check it, and then we're going to double check, everything around it as well. The Q28 resistor, which is a 2N4401. And then we also have U20, which is a 7408 IC chip that it goes into as well, that we'll check those. So we have this is the where it shows us, it turns it on. So actually that tip 122 at Q32 is what is actually giving us the path to ground. That is actually what we're connecting to. But we have a signal coming from a microprocessor that's got to get to there without getting mixed with the 32 volts that the solenoid has. So they have these steps where every single one is a step down, and do. So you'll have the microprocessor and then whatever path they want to take from there into this 7400 IC chip at U20. And then you've got some resistors to make it do what we need it to do. And then you have that Q21, no, not Q21. What is it? Q28, which is what we call the pre-driver transistor. It's the one that turns on the actual driving transistor. So really, in most pinball circuits for a solenoid, you're going to have a driver, a pre-driver, and an IC chip, which is usually just a flip-flop chip or something where it sees a high signal and sends out a low signal, or sees a low signal, sends out a high signal. It's just one of those. And so that gets through this chain, and then once it activates the gate that is in that Q32, it makes that connection so that it has a path to ground. And so since we know that it worked after this, we grounded off at the tab at Q32, then we know that everything on the play field is doing exactly what it's supposed to, but our path to ground isn't getting opened up or isn't getting connected in that Q32 from the computer side. And so that's where we're investigating at the moment, right here.
Yeah, so we're focused on this part.
Yep. And they work all the same for most of them. Now, you will see some more high-powered solenoids at times where they may use an extra step. They may have another one or a beefier one. Like you have some that are a little bit more beefy in Data East games where they use a tip 36C. And sometimes you can see that where they go from like a tip 36C to a tip 102 or 122, and then a pre-driver, and they put a little bit of extra step in there. But mainly it's usually a driver, a pre-driver, and an IC chip. And so, and I'm going to get it mixed up every single time. So I usually just start at the middle lug and I do, black and do the red on either side. And then I swap it and go red in the middle and black on either side. And I just look at the numbers, and see if they make sense. You're just basically looking to make sure you don't see, a dead short anywhere, which if it was a dead short, then we should see the solenoid actually lock on instead of not work. So we're really probably going to see an open line somewhere or something not functioning in that realm, because if it was a dead short, then you actually are going to see that lock on.
Got you. Matthew, can you switch or push back this camera? I can't tilt down any further than where I'm at.
Gotcha.
I think you're too close. Whoa,
So
too close. I need to be able to see the whole board.
Matthew, yeah, show us what you're doing there and talk us through it.
Can you walk the board back? I mean, walk the camera back.
I did.
I know, Bolt.
More. We need more.
How's that?
Need more, Matthew.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm always like, it's always like right above my head where he's working.
Yeah, because I'm going to be right here.
Good.
Where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got that transistor that you changed out before, but you're just double checking again, right?
Right. So go red in the middle, black on the outside is open, left side is open. You put black in the middle, red on the outside. I get 630 and 583.
And it's always going to be that 0.4 to 0.6 range is what you're looking for on these and most of the things in this, because it's the standard for diodes. And so we're just making sure that we see those consistent numbers. And on this one, we would probably, on one of those lugs, instead of seeing a 0.4, we would maybe see an open line or something very, very odd. It looks like all of those are good.
This one's a little low. 0.2.
Yeah.
Which one
0.6.
is that?
I think it's the
That's
pre-drive
Pre-driver?
Q28.
228 was the
Pre-drive for it.
the pre-drive. Yeah. Now we have some resistors on there, and so we just want to make sure, because if other ones show that 0.2, then we may be fine. When you have all those other components in there, you can see where they're not exactly right in that 0.4 and stuff. But that's where I double check the ones beside it, because it's all should be the same exact circuitry, and so we should be seeing the same thing. So if I see it on 3 other ones that, hey, we get a 0.2 in that same configuration, then I'm not going to worry about it.
of all the
Yeah.
pre-drivers.
So all these pre-drives have 0.4s, and this is the only one with a 0.2.
There we go.
So
So we know that that's probably bad. Now, we probably could. What did it say that one was? A 7408. Let me just look at pin out for a 7408. So a lot of times too, if you have a chip, an IC chip, what I'll do, if I don't know off the top of my head where the ground and where the voltage is, I will go look it up on a 7408 pinout, and it'll actually show you the diagram of that chip. They're all pretty much kind of the same. And so you can look at those diagrams, and it shows here that if you have the little half circle at the top, that just to the left is going to be pin 1, and you're going to go all the way down it, and it'll go to pin 7, and then it scoots over and goes from pin 8 up to pin 14, and pin 14 looks to be your actual voltage there. So let's do the same thing. We'll take the diode test, and we'll put we'll put it on let's see, is the
We're
red
looking
one
at
that goes on ground? Yeah, so we're looking at U20, U20.
and that's going to be, you said if the tab is facing up,
Yep.
it'll be the
Then you're
bottom
going to
left.
go, yep, bottom left.
Okay.
And then let's go through it and see what it reads on all the other pins. Pin 14 is going to be different. So let's see.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the volt. The pin 14 is going to be voltage. So you're going to see a different reading on that. But what are the individual volt ones going? Are they showing anything? Yeah, that 0.6, 0.4, you're still within range, still within range, still within range. Going all the way through. Yep.
0.1.
Ooh, which pin was that?
Uh,
8.
what is this top one?
Okay, and so that should be the odd man out. So that's where the input voltage comes in, your 5 volts, your 12 volts, or whatever runs the chips. That's where it comes in. And so that one should be different because it's your voltage coming in. All the rest of them, the way it works, we shouldn't see
And
anything. So it looks like that.
what
Go
about
ahead.
straight across? Because that's toning.
Straight across is toning. So yeah, that's your Y off your third connector there. So we may have a little bit, but let's make sure that it goes back to that pin before we think any harder on it. So we can go look at that schematic and we can say that 28, yeah, so it comes in to pin 8 on that side, and then it gets its signal from pin 9 and 10 over there. So yeah, I mean, we may have some damage at U20 as well. Since you said it toned out on that one.
Yeah, like short tones.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 5. So let's go to this guy
Yeah,
next to it. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
same. But then when I go straight across, this just beeps as it's 4.4. Or on this one,
0.4. Yeah, I mean, if it's 0.4 on that 8, then it's good. Pin 8.
but this one's toning. Where this one's the next to it is a same chip.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
So we
I'm
have a
going from
damaged chip
U20
there
to
too.
So U20 is damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have those. I bought those.
So we can go ahead and then, it's up to you whether you want to change out resistors or if you just want to test them.
Let's test the resistors.
Yeah. So let's see what it says here. It looks like, ooh, it doesn't tell me what that one is, like R16 or something. Man, this writing is tiny on some of this.
Yeah,
So
it is.
look,
60.
R,
50, 51.
yeah, R50 is one of them, and it should be 68.
And
Yeah.
this is ohms.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird,
Ohms.
though, right?
Yeah, and we can look these up in the actual board build a material or whatever you want to call it, where it shows every component. We can look these up too. So we just need to remember the numbers. I can't tell what that one just to the left, the number is on it. Looks like it says it's a 560 ohms, but
Yeah.
it's like R6-4 or SR. So it's good. So
The other one's 3 and below it's 5, so it's
So
got
they must the SR usually means it's in those like resistor packs, I believe. And so it
Yeah,
may be part of the resistor pack there.
it's a leg on this little yellow deal.
Yeah, resistor network pack, whatever you want to call them. Yeah,
Oh,
they're the big long ones. They have a bunch of resistors in them. They're all
oh,
tied together.
let's see.
So yeah, those guys there. He's got some just to the side of that too. Those are actually all just a array. resistor array.
Array.
There
How
we
do you
go.
test those?
You go to the ground and you just go through them one at a time. And it should give you the 560, or they should all be 560 or something is from what it's saying. And so you can just go to the ground and then just go through them.
And
And it
that's
should show you.
SR. That was SR what? 7?
Yeah, it looks like 6. SR6, number 4, resistor 4 in there, and there should be 560. So you basically want to make sure that whole resistor pack or array has 560 ohms at each one.
And you say going off of ground, so black
Yeah,
on
there
ground.
should be like, yeah, black on ground's fine and stuff. You're just reading the resistance, so you've got it on ohms right now. So it really doesn't matter which one. See, there's 560. They're close.
Ooh.
But we may want to take out the components and then do this one again, and just make sure that we're not getting any weird stuff off of the broken chips and pre-driver. But yeah, so that must be a different array.
It's a different array, yeah.
With different, yeah.
With different values.
Yeah.
But they're all
Yep.
the same though, so
Yep.
okay.
So on that one, was it pin 4 that was giving you the reading? 1, 2, 3. No, it was third one up.
So it's from ground it's the third one in, but if you
Yeah.
say grounded, it is
But-
pin 4.
Yeah. So it looks like, we're still seeing whatever issue, we're still seeing some issues there. But I would suggest probably pulling those components out and let's retest before we get too much further into pulling that out.
Pulling the
So I would pull the IC chip and pull the pre-driving transistor out and get them out of the equation, and then retest that array and just make sure that we're not seeing any kind of false reading from those damaged components.
All right, so I'm
Since
pulling
they're in the same.
U20 and
Yeah.
U28.
Yeah.
U20.
Did we check the R50 resistor?
Yeah, and it's fine.
Okay. And then the SR, which is the resistor array, number 7, pin 5 should be a 2.7 as well.
Okay, let's check that, and that's going to be 7 pin 1, 2, 5, 2.7.
Yeah. So it looks like that's good. So it's basically everything directly tied to that U2 and everything. Okay. So that makes sense. So yes, you're going to remove Q28 and U20, and then we're going to retest that resistor array number 6, and just make sure that we need to pull that, and we're not getting
False
a false
business.
reading. Yes.
That false business. This is all the components
False.
that I had purchased because this is very cool to get validation.
Yeah.
I was like, this is
You're right on track, man.
like this is what I was looking at. This is what I thought I did, but
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
We're
man.
like spies trying to find him.
Don't just stay on the board. I'm just getting my stuff.
Said these are all the things, and we're looking for the things.
Oh,
Well,
here you go. Hold on.
We're
he just
exploring.
meant in general. He was saying this is all the things that I got.
These are the things that
Things.
So
Wait,
I
look at
have the
that thing. Oh, and you got them from us. Look at that.
yeah. So you got your resistor array, you got your pre-drive transistors, and then I also have these resistors, which is why my flashers aren't working because half of them are all broken
Hmm.
on the inside. So
Yep.
that's for later.
Yep.
And then I got my tip 122s. So I have
Yeah.
all that stuff. Oh, and I have my what is it? 74 or N7410s
Yeah.
chips. So I did get all that stuff in preparation.
Ready.
But I wanted
Cool.
to double check, and this is very helpful.
Yeah, man. And you'll need to. When we get done with all this, if we have time, you should show those resistors you're going to replace for the flashers, because that's a common issue on these.
Oh, underneath, yeah. Yeah, there's these
Yeah.
little resistor array or resistor boards. Q28.
Hmm. Yeah, you'll see them a lot of times. Those resistor boards underneath the game, where a side's broken off, or the cement's broken or whatever, and your flashers won't work. And it's also why you cannot, unless you remove those, you can't put LED flashers in the game, because it's a warming transistor that keeps the incandescent bulb just warm enough to flash more instantly, at a quicker pace when they give it power. And so, but what that means is it gives your LED, because LEDs work off of less power, it gives them and makes them stay on all the time.
So how do I bypass that?
You basically just cut that warming transistor out of the game, but you have to do it on all of them, all those. There's lots of documentation out there on it and stuff, and you can find it, and it'll give you the step by steps. But it's basically just removing those warming transistors from the equation, and then you can put the LEDs in, just like normal games. But any System 11 game that you have, if you throw a flasher transistor in there, a flasher LED flasher in there, it'll just basically melt. It'll stay locked on and just.
Yeah, that happened to me, and I was like, well, I guess I'm putting back this incandescent bulb. But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's got an actual thing where it's feeding just a little bit of voltage to those to keep them warm, because if it's warm, it'll flash right away. If it's not, it's actually got to warm up and then it'll flash. And so there's this delay that happens if you don't have them pre-warmed.
Filament, so it's giving like just a little bit of power to that LED. That the LED's like, I
Yeah.
only need a little bit.
Yeah. The LED's like, oh, we got power? I'm gonna stay on.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live. We're live. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go far. I'm gonna go AFK.
Okay.
Don't go far. I'm just desoldering.
Yeah. So Matthew, tell them again what's your method on desoldering with one of those tools? Like, how, are you waiting for the solder to melt where you can see it before you do it? Is it a timing thing? How do you do it on yours?
I was given one set of instructions. Was one, you want to reflow solder kind of over the top of everything first.
Mm-hmm.
So then that way it penetrates a little bit better when you reheat it back up. And then, yeah, I'm kind of visually watching it once it starts to liquefy. And then I'm pushing this tip down on top of it. And I'm not afraid to burn the tip, so I put it on top of the soldering iron as well. And I kind of push both down at the same time. And I'm using the soldering iron to keep that trace down, so I don't pull traces. But I'm definitely watching it liquefy, and then that.
Yeah.
What was that? No, that's stuff out of the soldering or the sucker. Cool. I didn't pull a trace.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's always a good day when you don't pull one.
God, I hate it.
It just makes more work. It's not,
it's
not a huge deal. It's just like, oh no, I'm gonna have to work on this a little more now. And so don't be afraid of things, but don't just hold the soldering iron in there and just keep going with it. Another tip,
It's
I
definitely
will say another tip that was taught to me was that if you are struggling with one and it's not coming out, like don't just hammer on it over and over again, because that solder is going to heat up and it's going to stay hot for a certain amount of time before it cools off. And so if you keep going back at it, all you're really doing is going to like separate that trace right from the board, because it's going to heat up so much and it's going to melt around the board and then it's going to pull up. And so you really do want to, if you are struggling with one, give it a minute, go to some other ones, move on, and then come back to it. So you have less of a chance of lifting a trace there.
that is some good advice. Sage advice, as they say.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see here.
Which chip are you working on right now, or which component? I mean,
I did both. So I
okay,
when I'm on the backside, I just kind of
yeah,
try to get both of them going.
cool.
So now my Q28 not really budging, so but I had done that one already. Go back, try to get it cleaned up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Straighten the
Thank you
pin.
guys, everybody in chat. We appreciate you. I can't see the chat too as well. But no, this I don't know. I just every time I have to work on a board and I have to sit there and do that, it's like my brain is like, just don't lift a trace. Just don't lift a trace.
That's
Just don't
all
lift
I'm
a trace.
thinking about.
It's like you can't think about anything else. Don't lift a trace. And then you do, and you're like, turn it.
Darn it.
Yeah. But I've lifted plenty of traces in my time. Not perfect at it at all.
Practice, man. It's definitely
Yeah.
get an old board and just desolder everything from it. One that you know you're not going to be messing
We had a
with.
raid. Thanks, everybody. It was a raid.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right. Look at that. Got him out nice and clean.
Oh, that's
Traces
cool.
are good. Okay. So now.
I give you a thumbs up, Matthew. Give you a
Yeah.
thumbs up. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you 2 thumbs up.
I like it. Double thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Double thumbs up. You get 2 for your job today.
Well, now the hard part is getting this chip out.
Yeah.
Since there's so many more little pennies.
Yep. Yep. There's a lot of
What's
times.
your trick on getting a?
I'll get really frustrated sometimes with it, and I'll just chop off all the legs and then heat it up and pull each leg one at a time.
Yeah, that might
It's
be where I'm going.
it just depends on how delicate I feel like the board is. If it, God, I can't even remember who said this now, but I'm sure it was Eugene or Clive or somebody, one of the board work guys, that said, "What do you want to do? Do you want to save the board, or do you want to save the component that's broken?" And so,
yeah, some
you
more
know,
brilliant shit. Let's chop it out.
so if you've got a component that you know is bad, just go ahead and chop it out. We'll go in with the clips and just clip off every leg at a time. And I try to leave as much of the leg as I can, and then I'll get little tweezers and hook onto them, and then just heat it up and pull them one at a time. And you always want to try to save that board. So that was another good bit of advice that somebody gave me early on. It's like, save the chip, save the board. You want to save the board every time. So whatever you need to do.
Right now, I'm just kind of straightening them out a little bit.
The solder wick, yes, it can be very helpful in a lot, especially afterwards cleaning up a board, like after you've got a chip out cleaning it up, cleaning up the excess and stuff, it can. Um, I don't personally have much success with using it to desolder with, like an actual chip like that. But as far as um, some people have got it down and got that process with the solder wick, and you can, but I struggle with it for whatever reason. And so really, honestly, there's a lot of this where it kind of you find your own groove and what you're good at, you know, and whichever tool works best for you. I mean, I've known people that, they don't like the solder suckers and the actual like, um, God, what are those called now? Hackos
I love the
and
Hacko.
things.
My Hacko stopped working. That's my only issue with my Hacko.
Yeah.
Stop sucking.
But usually that's anything is if you can, practice with it, you'll get better at it no matter which method you use. But it does take practice.
Where did it go? There it is. Yeah, this
And
did pretty well. I just have a couple that I got to get out of there now.
yeah.
But
And the big deal with taking out an IC chip is just making sure that what's underneath that you don't damage there, because a lot of times these will have traces and stuff running underneath it, and if you get something in there and start scraping at it and you break that trace, chances are you're not going to figure it out until you already got the game back together and it's still not working.
mhm.
And so you really do, want to make sure or give it a good visual inspection and stuff afterwards, just to make sure on those traces that are underneath, because there's a lot of times. And then, all cleaning up is important because you don't want to bridge any. And once the chip is back in or a socket's back in, there's a lot of times you cannot see those traces at all.
Yeah, they're the teeny tiny bad boys.
Mhm. At least these boards aren't, I mean, they have um, a lot of tiny traces that can be delicate and stuff, but it's not like the White Star boards. The White Star is very intimidating. Yeah, I'm going back through chat here. Tom. Yeah, the vacuum style Hacko is a very good. Um, it's a very good tool, and I recommend, like, I really do. I've bought the cheap ones. There's a lot of people that say go get the $150 one. It works just as well. Great, fine, but I have found that the Hacko brand and stuff does seem a little bit better to me than some of the cheaper brands. The cheaper brands, I feel like there's just more maintenance that you need to do on the cheaper brands. You need to clean out the tips and everything a little bit better, and stuff. But yes, I do like the Hacko stuff. It's very good.
Success, y'all. We got
There we go.
a clean chip removal.
Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Figure out this camera
Clean chip.
situation.
All right. So you've got those two components out. Let's retest that resistor array and see if, yeah, 6. And let's see what we have there.
Mm-hmm. And that is again. I gotta look again. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's always so hard to friggin' remember. You
I
look away
know.
for 1 second, and I'm like, I'm lost. Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I'll try to mark it or something, because there's been times where I have taken out the wrong component.
Me too. Oh my gosh, so many times.
You're like, oh, that wasn't the one I was supposed to be working on.
Yeah. What am I doing? SR6. All right. Black on.
Yeah,
Wait, I think it's that.
yeah. We're just looking for, yeah, those
558.
560 is what it was coming.
560. 559. 558. 561. 559.
Mhm.
559. So it seems as though you were correct in all
Yep.
those other components so this guy might be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And
No.
so that's what you got to realize with ohms. Your meter, no matter what, is going to take the path of least resistance, same as any kind of voltage. Your voltage is always going to take the path of least resistance. And so if that resistance is smaller, going back through those broken components, that's what the reading's going to show us. Is going back through those broken components. And so when we eliminate them from the scenario, now we get in the correct readings again. And we can go, okay, so we know that those broken components were giving us a false reading.
Okay.
I remember the first time I took like one of those Gottlieb like sound boards that you can't replace or something from System One or System something to Clive, and he lives near me, and so I just took it over there, and he's like, "Well, I can check it for you real quick, but I can't repair if it's bad." And he took the board and he just started he took his meter and like 2 seconds was like, "Duh, duh, 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 okay, this chip's bad," and he just cut it out. And then he was like, "All right, throw that aside." He went up the next chip and he tested it. Oh, that one's bad. He just cut it out and threw it.
Oh
And so
my God.
every single layer that he did, he would just cut it out immediately so that the next chip wouldn't give him a false reading.
Oh my gosh. How cool is that?
And he checked that board in like literally a minute and a half, it felt like.
Oh
And he
man.
was like, "Nope, this board's trash. Sorry, bud." And I was like, "Thanks.
Someday, someday that
Someday."
will be that good.
Yeah, for sure. For
All right.
sure.
So let's put a new chip and a new pre-drive in. So the important thing is to
Um,
make sure the notches are facing the right way, right?
yep, yep, for sure. And it should line up with the ones around it. Mr. J Crane there. A broken component will actually not necessarily voltage. I mean, voltage will be affected if you're looking at voltage, but we're looking at resistance. And hello, Bonnie. Um, and so we were looking for resistance. So usually you're going to see a resistance, but anytime you change the resistance, you change the voltage as well. Um, the more resistance you have, the more heat you have, and the you usually will that heat will draw out some of the voltage, and so the voltage will be lower. But yes,
All I'm doing right now is I take the four
awesome.
corner pins and I kind of just bend them to the sides to make it so it won't fall out while it's upside down.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, let's go. Now the fun part of micro soldering.
That's awesome. Yeah, the connector tools and stuff, all those tools, man. You got to have them in your tool bag. Got to have all the right tools. And then blow out while you're soldering all of it away from you.
Yeah, I
And
notice when
if
I
you do,
forget to do that, it's not that I'm
yeah,
breathing it in, it's my eyes.
yeah,
Like it gets into my
okay,
eyes, and then later on in the night, my eyes are aching and stuff. I'm like, what the? Oh
yeah,
yeah, I soldered too much and I didn't freaking breathe right.
yeah. And was it Kessler solder? I recommend Kessler solder. Kessler, is that the name of it? Kessler?
The lead.
It's got the good ratio, the 60/40 or whatever.
The golden
Mm,
solder ratio.
yeah, yeah. Kester solder. Kester, Kester. The chip that was bad was a 7408. It is one of the flip-flop chips in line with the transistor that went bad that we were working on, or Matthew was working on, and you just stare at him while he works.
You're definitely working with me here, Phil. This
No,
is
I
a
know.
team effort.
You know it is.
I might just be doing the hands
Yeah,
part.
some of that old solder, man, it was the good stuff, but man, it can be dangerous too. So just careful with some of that old stuff, man. Make sure I see all these like fancy ones with the fans now where it sucks it in. I want one of those. I'm gonna get one of those at some point.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Sets
I
in front and just
definitely am thinking about it as well, where it just takes all this and just sucks it out of it. Because no matter what you do, this thing it just comes to your face. Like all the smoke just wafts right into your eyeballs. Like it, no matter where you put your head.
it's kind of like when you're at a campfire and it's blowing into your face, and then you move to the other side, and then it follows you, comes to
Yeah,
that side.
straight
It's
up.
the campfire effect. You go over here, smoke. Go over here.
Gotta be some science behind it. I just don't know what it is. Some kind of wind stuff or whatever. Okay, so chip is in. I'm gonna double check that I'm not bridging anything.
Check the orientation. Make sure the orientation's good.
Orientation's good.
Oh, I'll tell one of my biggest fails. Um, so I believe it was for the Black Knight 2000 that we still have. When we got that, we got it out of a warehouse, been sitting there for 26 years. It was along with those some of the Gottlieb games, that System 3 games that we had. They're all turned on, but the display was bad on the Black Knight 2000. So I got one of those like wolf pack ones that you do yourself and like solder everything on there, the DIY ones, because I was
Yeah.
trying to be cheap.
See what
And
happens, Phil. See what happens when you're cheap.
oh man, but I mean those are great,
Yeah.
great product. It really is. I mean you're paying yourself the labor and stuff on it. That's the way they do that. But so I got through and I put like I think like two of the chips in backwards and didn't realize it
Oh no.
and turned it on right away. And I was like, oh man. But I got done with that whole thing, spent like 2 hours putting all the pieces in, everything, and I didn't check the orientation of the chips.
Oh.
Take my mistake as a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Ernie, what's up? Yo, yo. Oh, John's in here now. Jay Whip.
Oh, very
Hey,
cool.
What's up, John?
Jay Whit. Jay,
Whoop.
Jay Whit.
Well, that's funny. Good thing I checked.
Yeah.
I had a random transistor in mixed with my
Oh.
2N44 one, a different one. But I looked at it and was like, wait a minute, that's silver on the side. These ones are not. Okay.
John, I think we still have that display on the shelf somewhere too, didn't I say I'd just mess with it later and threw it in a corner? And then I never looked at it again.
Hey, Bonnie Bear, if you're still on there, drop in that Amazon link to
Yeah.
the control arm with a ring light one.
Yeah, that is common, Bonnie Bear, on there. When you're going through, because you're doing so many of them that you will miss a couple. And I've done that before too. You go put them in, and then you go, that digit's not working, and you go look back, and you completely missed the solder on that pin and stuff.
What's
Because it's
the
just,
Proton connector tool?
I believe they're just talking about the like a crimp, ratcheting crimp.
Oh, nice.
All right. I'm going to trim off my legs.
Trim.
Trying to be
Yeah.
shorter.
Dude, I got a high speed one time and the legs weren't trimmed off of it. And they're like the whole like special solenoid section that are on these. somebody had like replaced like the whole section, but they left all the legs and it just hit the ground plane on the back, the plate,
Right.
and just
Ooh.
and I pulled the board off and I looked at it and I was like, oh,
Ah, there you are.
that didn't get trimmed.
Okay. So
And stuff. And it was not me. I would tell you if it was me. It was
yeah,
it was
so
the
yeah,
previous owner.
yeah. I will own up to my mistakes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did that.
I know. It's like I know when I made a mistake and I will readily admit it. I am not a perfect person in any way, shape, or form.
I was
And I
laughing
get
thinking of
distracted.
what were we working on? We were working on No Fear, and Eugene was like, "Nah, man,
Oh,
those bridge rectifiers never, or that bridge never goes out. It's fine until we plug it in. It goes, and he's like, huh. I guess I was wrong. And now you
I
just got to
know.
redo those traces you just did, but other than that, it's fine. Like it's just so
Yeah.
funny. Huh.
about it.
Yeah.
Nonchalant.
Yeah. I
Okay,
know.
so we've got all of this swapped out. We've got our bad chip out of there
Yeah.
and our other guy out of there. So
Yeah. Somebody mentioned in chat a little bit ago that next thing you need to do to this board is NVRAM.
NVRAM. Yeah.
they're lithium. It's fine. They're lithium
That's
batteries.
not that's
If
an
you're gonna have
operator
batteries
for
on,
you.
It's an
at
operator
least
thing.
try to get the batteries off the board.
Um,
Uh,
no, it'll probably be a new board at some point. All these resistors they're all cooked too. The backside of these are all cooked.
mhm.
It's an old game, but
Pretty.
yes, I get shit for my lithiums all the time. Whatever.
Oh
Not
man.
gonna leak. They're
Yeah, for
not gonna
sure.
leak. Is it still better to remote them? Yes.
Remember when we opened up my uh Data East Star Wars and it was still
Man,
working great and it had the original batteries in it.
freaking
But they
batteries in it.
because battery, I guess whatever battery Sega was using or Data East was using at that time. It was
Yeah.
just pretty incredible, but
Yeah, we have found a couple of them, and I thought it was cool. I think I took a picture of it and sent it around at one point, but it had like Raycon batteries or some old
Oh
one,
yeah,
and
Raycons.
and it said guaranteed not to leak or something along those lines, and it had an actual guarantee on the side of the battery, and sure enough, like you pulled them out and they didn't leak, but they were like they had no weight to them. It was like light as a
Oh
feather.
wow.
So like all the
Whoa.
stuff had dried up on the inside, so there was nothing left really in it. But it was just like this. There's no weight to this thing at all. That's crazy. That's always like it's like the pinball roulette. Like you get a new machine and or new to you machine, and you're opening it up and you go, all right, are the batteries
Yeah.
done for or
about every
not?
6 months I get this like crazy anxiety panic attack. Did I pull the batteries out of all these games that I have in storage that I bought and haven't touched?
Oh yeah,
And
I was out there last time.
and it happened again. Every time I go to my storage unit, I'm just like, oh no. Or anytime I'm on Facebook doom scrolling and I see someone else post a picture of the board and the battery's leaking and they're like, my board's not working. What should I do? And everyone's like, no. Did I pull the batteries out of that Stargate I just got?
Yeah.
But I did. Just remember to do it as soon as you get a new game.
Yeah.
Battery
Open the back
situation.
box, yeah.
You mount units that are just like the fake batteries that you put in and then it pulls the battery pack to the side. They're like $5. So just
Yep.
that quick thing just to have peace of mind, and then you can come back later and do non-volatile or then do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, some of that stuff's really good just for an easy, quick fix if you need it and stuff. Yeah, it's running. It's a good thing they're not Duracells. Duracells do tend to leak.
Oh, they leak every time.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, can you do me a quick favor?
Yeah.
Can you
Look through and find IJ8 pin
Yeah.
8 and see what its
Mm-hmm.
job is.
I
J8.
J8, or so you're saying 1J8.
1J8. Sorry, it's upside
Yeah.
down. It looks like an eye.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
1J7, 1J7, 1J6, so it must be back this way.
1J8 pin what?
8.
Yeah, that's for one of your columns of switches.
Okay. Because it's got a little toasty.
Is it a green violet coming off of there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to repin that one real quick.
Where did you see
Yeah.
green violet on this schematic?
Oh, so if you go to what page is this? This is just the pinout for the board. There's a page that just has a pinout. It doesn't tell me which actual. Oh yeah, it does. 55, page 55. It has all the boards and all the pinouts on that. Page 55.
That's a 53. That's a 53.
Yeah, there you are. You just passed it. Yeah, right there. So the CPU is up in the left, and he is looking. Oh, passed. Yeah. So if you look right, almost in the middle of that board at the bottom, there. Yeah, you're right up. It's right at the top there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you just come down just a little bit, it'll be in there. So you can see just under where it says Marco Pinball, just underneath that is the 1J8 connector, as it says, and it says switch and opto column. And then if you look at pin 8 there, it'll say that color. So you can verify. So this is like if you're ever repinning your game and you screw up and you go, oops, I didn't take pictures, you can come back to these and put them back in order from these. They will have these kind of diagrams in most of them. And then in some of the newer stuff, you go all the way to the end of the manual and it'll have listed every single connector. Like a lot of the Williams ones will do that. We'll have every connector for the whole entire game and say, this is a soundboard, and it'll list them all out and then tell you what they're for as well. So most all your like System 11 and up games will have something like this. Before that, they didn't think.
Didn't think to do that.
No,
Time they were making so many games back then, they just kept pooping them out.
I know, man.
Never documented all the way.
I know. I mean, could you imagine though? Like, I get mad that the stuff's wrong in a manual, but can you imagine having to document a whole entire game with over 3,000 parts in it
Jeez.
and everything and like
Yeah, I can. Working on our website.
Himoto's like, actually, I got this.
I know. We're working on our search engine, y'all, and our category breakdown and our filtration system. It's all, we know it's not the most ideal right now, and we are working very hard on fixing that. But it is, what is the best way to categorize almost 40,000 different types of pinball parts?
Yeah, I mean it's almost impossible to wrap your head around it. You really got to take it in chunks and in sections and stuff. Because if you do, I mean, if you look at the whole picture, you get overwhelmed too much.
Yeah, that's a great tip for anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Narrow it down, fix this part, and
Yeah, so looking at chat here, it's Ronnie is saying, don't forget to fuse mod on this machine if it hasn't already. Yeah, there are some fuse mods that you want to do on these games. I believe these early System 11s had the carryover from the System 3 through 6 or in 7 games where they didn't put the fuses on the capacitors that are in the back box and the bridge rectifiers. So where the voltage comes in for the solenoids and the lamps, there's 2 bridge rectifiers that are usually just screwed into the ground plate on the back there. And you will want to add some fuses in because there's not any on the transformer side. And if it does actually, go wrong, then your transformer becomes a fire hazard.
Jeez.
And so I believe that's the ones he's talking about. Either that or the special solenoid section. You also
Oh, is there
the
any
special.
tutorials out there on how to do that?
Yes, absolutely. Those will be in PinWiki for sure. Yeah, we all love fire, but not in pinball machines usually.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
fire up pinball machines. Yeah,
What was that? I think I saw Jack Danger. Somebody asked him on like Ask Jack. And they're like, "What's no-nos in pinball machines?" And it was a great answer because it's very honest, but it's like no water, no fire, no when you're designing a machine. And it was but you think about it, I mean, some of those things can cause a lot of havoc. But yes, in System 3 through 7, and then I believe these early, I think they fixed it in the 11B games, I believe. But there are on those bridge rectifiers that are bolted to the back plate, you do want to add some of those fuses in just to protect yourself.
All right, you ready?
All right.
I'm gonna
Did you
try
do
it.
it all right? Watch for fireworks. No fireworks. Hey,
Except
what didn't happen?
my I think everything's locking on. All the coils are locking on.
Oh,
Ruh-roh. So something plugged in
All
wrong?
coils.
Check your ribbon cables on that one. Make sure
It's just display
that's just display for the ribbon cable. No, okay, good.
and sound.
All right. So yeah, just double check your connectors there. Hopefully we didn't hit anything.
are your legs touching? Are your legs too long?
He cut all those off.
I cut them all off.
Cut my legs
Mhm.
off. I
Let's
need
see
a
here.
shirt.
Where's the photo? Photos. Photo. Yeah. Black, blue. Yeah.
Mhm.
Orange. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll double check it. So he did check for bridging and stuff and everything.
Is it those yellow wires that control the coils? Ask Bonnie.
These ones? I think these are lights.
I don't know. We can only see your head. Man, your hair's getting long, dude.
I know. Okay.
I'm looking at his pictures.
We'll cooperate. Come on. Brown, purple. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Enhance, I know. Oh, dang. Bonnie called you a hippie. So fly.
Who did?
Matt Rowbottom.
Says the kettle.
Kettle. He's not a hippie, he's a hipster.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's fair. No, they're all locking on.
Ruh-roh.
What would make them all lock on?
There's a lot of different paths there, but usually it's an issue somewhere on that board for sure. But I mean, wouldn't think it would make all lock on, but
Like every single one of them. Yeah.
was it? I wonder if it's all of them or if it's all of them that deal with that one chip that we just replaced.
Yeah, I saw
Uh,
the out hole, the center kick out.
Yeah, put it under a pinball machine. Yeah, put
Yeah.
it like under Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be safe. You can put it back by me then.
Hmm.
so, I mean, we
So
can
we're-
pull it out. I mean, so it looks like there should be 4 coils that relate to that
I'm live
U20.
streaming right now, but
I see 3 for sure that are doing it.
that's some cool
So I
tech.
bet you it's that U20.
So let's think about this for a second. We'll go and look. So I'm gonna write some stuff down while we're looking at it, but we're running out of time too, so we may have to come back to this one
Yeah,
as
totally.
well. But let's see. So we have on that chip U20, it drives Q33, Q25, Q32, and Q24. So then
Okay.
if I go
Yeah.
and look,
Those are gonna be all. I bet you it's gonna be, yeah, out hole, center, kick out, left kick out, and then probably, is it this one? No.
so that would maybe mean that that chip that we put in is, I mean, it's either faulty or it's got a bridged something somewhere or something. So let me look at this. I gotta pull it back up. There should be a solenoid chart in the um in the manual. I know you've just got the schematic up there right now, but
I
there
have
is
the
a
manual.
solenoid.
Yeah, I got the manual.
Okay.
Uh,
And somewhere you're going to see a solenoid chart that we can look through and figure out exactly which ones that U20 all does.
okay. Solenoids 40. Page 40.
Mm-hmm.
6. 39. Oh, that's just where the solenoids are on the playfield.
There should be I just looked at it a
Like a
minute
chart,
ago.
like a switch matrix type of chart.
No, it's just going to be like a list. It's almost at the very beginning. I see it now. It doesn't even have a page number. It's so far in the beginning.
uh,
Uh,
oh,
so
interesting. Oh, Grand
you,
Lizard. I mean,
yeah,
okay, I see. Let me pull.
center eject is one, and that one you said.
Yep.
Um, then we know the left eject because that's that one, and then Q33 will be the out hole, which you
Yep.
said. And then Q25, which will be the ball trough feeder. Kicking out a ball, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
brave.
So we have an issue because it's the 4. Then we know we have an issue with that U20 chip that
Yep.
that just got put in.
Okay.
So
I
and
think
that's
you put
a
it on U21, not U20.
No, U20.
U20. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
should be. I mean that's what it was bringing up in the manual, right? U20. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so either there's a bridge piece on that or something, and it's a good way too because they did that on a lot of games where usually one of those flip top chips, those 7400 series, will actually control usually about four solenoids, and so if you have, and same thing with lights and everything else. If you have it in groups like that, then you can usually diagnose it down to whatever chip it is because you can go, oh, these four lights are messing up. Those all go to the same chip, common denominator, and look at it. And so, but it usually will grow in groups of four or eight. It'll keep that kind of pattern to it. And so we just know that there's an issue somewhere, either a little bit of bridge solder underneath it or something, or one of the traces. And so we know that there may be an issue there with it just being those four.
Bonnie Bear asked if we tested, like metered out the Q24 transistor after.
Uh, I don't know if we
I don't
metered
remember
anything
doing
out.
that.
No, we didn't meter anything after doing it. Should have.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, check
yeah.
they
I
were good.
remember he was checking for the traces and looking and making sure and stuff, and just gave it a once over eyeing it. But
Here and there.
yeah,
Because you have a bag that had a couple transistors. You found one that was a different one or something maybe?
Oh, on Q 28.
yeah, the pre-driver.
The pre-drive, yeah. But I made sure
Yeah,
that I put the correct pre-drive in it. But it's the fact that it's all
mhm,
of those coils. It's not just the one that we were having trouble with.
yeah.
That's what I think is leading me to that chip. And maybe I just have a
And
little
it
bit
was a 7408, right? 7408.
7408. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, shit. This
Oh,
is S7408. Is that different?
Oh no.
Is
I
that
don't.
just
That you're gonna get me all confused and stuff on where, because I know some of them are just manufacturers, some of them are the S7408. Let's look it up. Versus 7408.
Low power Blatsky shot.
that's what I put in there? I don't know if you can read them.
Oh, hold on a second.
Are you? Oh, interesting. Hold on. Hold it there. No, don't go any closer. Back up. Let me zoom in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that big S just looks like a manufacturer's number to me. I mean, or symbol or something like that. I mean, usually usually the difference for me is when they have the LS or the HTC and stuff in the middle, is what I've always come to see. So, or if it has like a P or an N or something on the end of it.
It does have an N
Um,
on the other one. So here's the one that I pulled out. Wait, this says 7408 PC.
Got a hair on it.
Probably.
Oh, wait, that. Yeah, we can see that. Okay.
it says, and this could be wrong. It's AI. It's the first thing that came up, but it does say from here that the 7408 PC and the 7408N are functionally identical IC chips.
Okay.
And they do have a couple. No, it just says this is they're interchangeable for hobbyist repair and educational, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, now you think that those are good and you should be able to, and we can put the meter back on stuff and see if we see something funky,
Yeah.
um, you know,
We'll
and
pull it
all.
out. We'll do quick metering stuff and then we'll probably be
Yep.
out of time at that point.
Yeah.
But
We still know where the problem is.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's
I'm all
always to
right
get
with
there.
Follow-up episodes. We're stacking them up, yo. We're gonna
that.
end up Road Kings to TPF.
Yeah, totally.
But I mean, I love this because this is showing true diagnostics, true things where we come in, we do something, we see something else is wrong, and we go, okay. I mean, this is what happens in every industry, everywhere you go, whether it's cars, whether it's computers, whether it's anything. You do what you know to do, and then you go, okay, what else? And or what's next, or why? And you just keep asking the questions until you get to the answers.
It's just
Yeah.
also like you gotta, when I'm doing this kind of work, it's definitely like during the day, focused, so you don't get
Mm-hmm.
frustrated and you don't quit on it,
Yep.
because a lot of the
Yep.
time when you end up getting tired and stuff, you're just like, screw this game, and you just walk away. And it's like, no, you gotta just, it's part of the
Well,
process.
Yeah.
you know, back in the day when we were in seniors garage doing all this stuff, we would sit there and we would get so frustrated, and then we'd go like, all right, I'm walking away, and we go in his back room and play a couple games of pinball, and then we'd come back out with a fresh head and
Yeah.
stuff. You gotta have your walk away moments and everything, because there are a lot of times where too you've put so much input into your brain and trying to figure out what's going wrong that it muddies you. Now you're chasing an issue over here that may not be it or whatever, because your brain's so muddy with all the information. So sometimes you got to step away and look at it with fresh eyes, and do it. And then if you have somebody that can be there with you, another set of eyes is always helpful.
Oh, it's
Oh my
huge.
God. There's
Yeah.
been so many times where I'm like, I can't figure out an issue and I'm racking my brain, and then I'll FaceTime one of y'all and you'll be like, well,
It's right there.
can't back up. What about that thing over there? Why is that unplugged or something like that? Oh,
Yeah.
yep, everything works. So the fresh set of eyes for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things, like, and then when John's with me and we're doing stuff, he's so good at, like, if I drop a screw or something, he's gonna be the one to find it for sure. Or I'll be
I
putting something back, and he's like, you're missing that part. And I'm like, yep, I am.
Well, thanks.
Yep.
did it the other day. I dropped a screw on a Met with the playfold up in service position. It took me so long to find it, and it had like perfectly fallen into a pop bumper bracket and like inside of it. I was just like, okay, the board's here. It's going straight down this way. Like, it has to be somewhere there. And it was just like, just perfectly inside.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always
And you're like, I
always
know I didn't hear it clink at the bottom, so I can't leave this be, because if I turn on the game, if I turn on that game and that pop bumper fired, like, mess up.
I will admit too that if we're working on something and I hear it hit the bottom and it's like nowhere to be found, I just go grab a new one out of the
Yeah,
drawer.
totally, dude. Like, absolutely. I'm just like, nah,
If
it's in
I
the
hear
cabinet. It's
wood
fine.
clank, yeah. If I
Yeah.
hear a wood clank or something, then yeah, I
Yep.
will just go grab it. But if I don't hear anything, then
Yeah.
it's like, dude, that's caked in between like a light socket or something
Yeah, so
crazy.
it's gonna short something out.
Some bridge there that you
And the
created.
the worst is EM machines, when you drop something in those and you can't find it, because then
Scary.
you're like, uh-oh.
Big.
An
And
old
there's
guy used
the bottom of an EM. It's just like, oh no, should just put a
yeah.
But yeah,
there.
always put the blanket.
Get caked
Yep.
underneath a relay or under some wood panel or.
Or when it rolls underneath the board in the EM games, and it's like
Oh,
all the way, and then you got to take the two big bolts out and take the whole thing out. It's terrible. It's terrible.
pinball.
But there could be worse things in the world, for sure.
Absolutely. Hi,
Yeah,
David. So when we go to Texas Film, I didn't realize he was metering it out. We're just chatting. When we go to Texas Pinball Festival, we have to look for David's games. He restores games and is bringing a few. And he has a Meteor with a mod that changed the rules and some of the sounds and stuff on it. So I want to go check that out and do it to my Meteor.
So this thing's all screwed up, I think.
Okay.
So if we go, it's black on, is it black or red on the last pin?
Now that you asked me, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, totally.
Just try it. Just
Yeah,
try it, and we'll see.
0.56 open line.
Yeah.
0.8. 0.5 open line. 0.8. 0.1 open
Yeah.
line.
So we're getting all sorts of readings, aren't we?
0.8 open line. And 0.5. 0.5.
So I'm not as concerned about the 0.8s and stuff because I have seen chips before that are a little bit above 7 or whatever else, and I'm not if it's a brand new chip in there,
It's
that's what
testing the
I'm not.
same as the other one next to it, though.
And
It's
that's
getting all
why,
the same open lines and stuff. So
as the one next to it.
yeah.
The only other thing is, if it did go up further from that in some way, shape, or form, on, the one another chip up, but you would think with the other chip in there and everything, the way those work, and there's individual inputs and outputs, and stuff that you're actually seeing an issue with that chip. So, I mean, really the only thing you could do at this point is you either go further upstream and test, or you take that chip back out and try to do it again. But if it's given all the same readings, that's interesting. This is where we need Eugene. He would probably know.
Yeah, he would be like, "Oh no, you're here. You got to go here." And it's going to be all the way over here on this side of the board.
Well, maybe we can do a double hitter next
week.
Yeah.
Like,
since we're going to be,
they're next to each other ish, right?
They are. Yeah, Jack's open for 2 games down. So like, swing right.
Because we know we're on the right track. We've got to figure out why it did what it did once you put brand new components in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Well, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
It was a journey. It's not
I mean, I like the journeys, man. I like the journeys because, it's every day. Every day is a journey in pinball.
Yeah, she's always.
His face of defeat. We'll get there.
We'll get there. No, it's fine. But again, this is like that moment where it's like, all right, walk away. Like
we're
just
straight up old school TV series now.
Yeah.
We're like now on Netflix and you can watch a whole season all one fell swoop. You gotta wait to see what happens.
Maybe we plan this.
Maybe we plan this.
We edit previously on PinTech Live.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
All right, I'll see.
There's so many skits that we want to do. There's so many.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So my favorite commercial is the impromptu pin skates commercial.
Oh yeah,
that was the greatest ever.
That
John
was hilarious.
Like screws by himself,
John's voice was the best for me and stuff in that one.
Yeah, that's so perfect.
And then I got to the end. I was like, okay, what do you really want to do? And you're like, nope, we're good.
That's all I needed.
All right,
with everything.
I know, for sure.
Thank you everyone for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna keep going on the journey. We'll figure it out, but sometimes it takes more than the 2 hours we have allotted. So
we're gonna get it done. 2 games next week.
Yeah, so
Still what?
Still no journey machine.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, huh?
It's Ronnie. What was originally caused the chip to go bad? Did that lock on or something? Is that why you replaced the coil, Matthew? Or do you just have it not working at all?
Coil fried. Originally the
Yeah.
coil fried, so I did the
Okay.
transistor
Yeah.
immediately. And then it worked for a bit, and then, or no, coil fried, changed the transistor, put the board back in, and it still didn't work after that.
Yeah,
Like it didn't kick
nothing.
out after that. Nothing.
Yep. Yep.
So then now we did pre-drive and that chip, and now they're all locking on, but at least we're further
Yeah.
down the path.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, we know where the area is. We know what's going on. We just got to figure out why it's locking on now, whether that's a broken trace or a bridge underneath or something, who knows.
Yeah.
When you're adding all that solder in and stuff like that, sometimes you don't know, sometimes is that, but it could be the chip above it too. And
Right.
and so we can keep going further upstream if we need to. And the good thing is on these boards, everything is replaceable.
Yeah. What I should have done at U20, since I pulled it out, was put a socket in there,
Socket.
which I didn't do. Damn it.
Well, if you got to pull it back out, you got another
I
opportunity
got
with
an
that.
opportunity. Yeah, totally. I definitely have some, so I should have done that for show.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yep,
But
For sure.
we're gonna go check out Dojo on Twitch. So
nice.
that'll be Dojo. He's got
Dojo,
flippers.
dojo.
Till next time. Till next time. See y'all.
Goodbye, everybody. And this is the part where I end the stream. There's so many buttons now.